the party leaders do not want to participate in the event. The BJP has slammed this party and its insult to Lord Ram, saying that while the Ram Mandir Trust wanted to give a message of Mandir for all, the left has insulted devotees by snubbing the invite. When confronted, Sitaram Yechury remained defiant and dodged the pointed questions by Times Now.
कह दिया ना
सर इनविटेशन
पार्टी का लाइन बता दिया आपको।
सीताराम सर एक सवाल का जवाब तो दे दो।
सर जाएंगे सर जाएंगे
Now this particular inauguration has been virtually converted into a state-sponsored inauguration. Our constitution is very clear. The Supreme Court has reiterated it, that the state and the government shall not profess any religious affiliation. Now that is being violated here. So that is the politicization of the event. Therefore, we have decided that we should not be participating in this because of the manner in which it is being politicized and violating the basic fundamental principles that are there in our constitution and the Supreme Court rulings.
The left has defended the move of skipping the event, claiming Ram Mandir has been politicized and hence they do not want to be a part of the ceremony. They say the BJP has made it more about the saffron party rather than the event and the grand consecration. Listen into the defense.
Yes, the invitation, I believe, has been sent to the party. Comrade Sitaram Yechury has been invited to it. We are not going to this. We believe that religion and politics should be kept separate. The fact that the RSS chief is going to be addressing it obviously is completely politicized. And this is a result of the agenda of mixing religion or using, I would say, religion as an instrument for political aims and motives. We are totally against it.
Let me go across to Tetri and Mohit joining us with more details. Tetri, you heard it from Brinda Karat. In as many words says that, you know, the BJP has made the entire event a political instrument and hence the CPM has decided to stay away from the consecration ceremony. You know, amidst the preparations, amidst the kind of invites that are being sent to everyone in the country, and with the BJP time and again emphasizing on Mandir for all, we are seeing a mixed response, a mixed bag of responses coming in at the moment.
Well, it is an undeniable fact that yes, the construction of Ram Mandir, inauguration of Ram Mandir is a historical event. People are invited not only from India but also across India, internationally also. Invitations have been sent. Foreign delegations are also all set to, attend this entire inauguration ceremony on 22nd of January. And for that matter, the Trust and VHP have also personally gone to invite these several senior leaders from the opposition, say it be of any party. Invitations have been sent to them. They have acknowledged it, in fact. But yes, now there are different stands coming from different parties. Now we have been seeing since morning that CPIM has first said that they will not be going to attend the ceremony. They accepted the fact that yes, they did come to invite us. The Sitaram Yechury in his briefing has mentioned that Nipendra Mishra, along with the senior leader of VHP, did come to invite. He acknowledged the invitation, but now the party has decided to take this official and formal stand that no leader from CPIM will be going to attend the party. Now the statement clearly mentions that the reason is that they feel that this entire matter has been now become a political agenda, number one. Number two, they also believe that it has become a state-sponsored event, particularly of course of Uttar Pradesh, in which Prime Minister Modi and Uttar Pradesh CM Yogi Adityanath are directly being involved in it. And this should have not been happened if they talk, and they also talk about the constitutional rights. They talk about the beliefs, the faith that country holds in each and every religion.
Absolutely.
And for that matter,
well, the CPM wants
BJP.
The country to believe that the reason why they've declined the event is because an attempt is being made by the BJP to mix religion and politics, at least when it comes to this particular event, which is slated for the 22nd of January. Mohit, I'm coming back to you, but let's quickly put in the BJP response to this after, this refusal on part of CPIM that they're not going to be attending the consecration ceremony in Ayodhya. The BJP has slammed this snub to the Ram Mandir Trust. In fact, says it's an insult to the Hindu devotees in the country.
तो मेरे को तो इसमें कोई बहुत अचंभा करने वाली बात नहीं है, क्योंकि जो ऑर्गेनाइजर्स हैं उन्होंने सबको न्योता दिया है, लेकिन पहुंचेंगे वही जिन्हें राम ने बुलाया है। तो इनको राम जी ने नहीं बुलाया है। ऐसे लोगों को भगवान भी नहीं चाहते हैं।
The VHP has also posed questions to the CPM. In fact, has asked if this should be taken as CPM's anti-Ram stand. Listen in.
निमंत्रण श्री सीताराम येचुरी जी को दिया। मुझे लगता है कि सीताराम येचुरी जी अपने पड़ोस के मंदिर में जाना उस दिन चाहेंगे, इसलिए वो अयोध्या नहीं आ रहे हैं। ऐसा ही मेरा मन है और ऐसा ही मुझे लगता है, इसी भाव से उन्होंने कहा होगा। मेरा तो ये मानना है कि राम सबके हैं और हमें तो जिनको निमंत्रण मिल रहा है और जिनको नहीं भी मिल रहा है उनको अपने पास के अयोध्या जी, अपने पास के मंदिर में जाना चाहिए। पहली आरती में सहभागिता करें। कौन इस विषय के अंदर राजनीति करेगा? ये तो आनंद का विषय है। हम सब मिलकर इसको मनाएं, राजनीति नहीं करें। हमारा ये अनुरोध सबसे है।
And while Akhilesh Yadav and his wife Dimple Yadav have expressed their keenness to attend the ceremony, another interesting reactions coming from SP-MP who's provoked before the puja. This is Shafiqur Rahman Bark of the Samajwadi Party who's spoken of Babri Wapsi again. Listen in.
सांसद जी, 22 जनवरी को अयोध्या में राम मंदिर का उद्घाटन है, क्या आप जाएंगे वहां?
बिल्कुल जाऊंगा। मेरे जाने का तो कुछ सवाल ही पैदा नहीं होता। मेरी मस्जिद जो कि वहाँ एक जमाने की मस्जिद थी, बनी हुई थी, अपनी जगह में बनी हुई थी, लेकिन इसके बावजूद भी उस मस्जिद को बहरहाल खत्म कर दिया गया। अल्लाह से दुआ करेंगे बस इस बात की कि अल्लाह ताला कि इस बाबरी मस्जिद जो हमसे छीन ली गई है वो हमें वापस दे दी जाए।
Let me quickly take in a word from Mohit. Mohit, the kind of reactions that have come in from the CPM and this one coming in from Shafiqur Rahman Bark have prompted the BJP to also slam all of these leaders as anti-Ram, labeling them as anti-Ram, and also saying that this is an insult to the Hindu faith, to the devotees of the country, the devotees of Lord Ram. But what's interesting is how the Samajwadi Party, for example, in this particular case, decides to iron out on these internal differences, internal opinions that are conflicting each other.
Well, you see, if we talk about the invitation that was given to Sitaram Yechuri and other leaders of the CPM, because I had word with VHP leader, they stated when they extended the invite to Sitaram Yechuri, they also told him that please ensure that Prakash Karat too also come with them because Prakash Karat is also a senior leader of the CPM, and hence the invitation has gone to every single major political party of the country from the VHP and the trust. Now the CPM has stated that they will not be coming for the consecration ceremony because the issue, this particular program has been politicized. We see strong reactions coming in from BJP and from the VHP, where the BJP clearly says that opposition parties have always politicized this issue. They first created hurdles in construction of Ram Temple. Now again, when it's the wait of 500 years old has come to an end, again we see the similar statements are being made. Again, the issue is being politicized. This every single person in this country waited for this year for 500 years. Now it's finally coming true, but still the opposition parties are politicizing it. Now we have seen the statement coming in on the same day from Swamy Prasad Maurya, where he stated that Hindu dharmik dhoka hai, and this also comes at a time when Dimple Yadav, another Samajwadi Party leader, also stated that if invited she will definitely go to the Ram Mandir consecration ceremony. So we see different opinions coming in from Samajwadi Party itself. On one hand we see that our CPM have clearly stated that they will not be the part of consecration ceremony, though on record every single major political party has received or will be receiving the invitation for the consecration ceremony of Ram Mandir, and VHP says that it's upon them whether they come or not. But just as a courtesy, all the invitations have been extended to all these political leaders. So clearly we see that in run-up to the consecration ceremony, it's been various statements coming in from the opposition parties, from CPM. They have decided not to go. SPMP has also made such certain statements. So the political discourse for next 1 month in the run-up to consecration ceremony will be dominated by the Ram Mandir, and also it seems that the 2024 Lok Sabha elections will be majorly dominated by the
and there
Ram
are other
Mandir issue,
partners
both
of
from the BJP and from the
other constituents of INDI whose official response is still being awaited. Let's see how that plays out. It's turning out to be a very interesting political dynamics ahead of the consecration ceremony. But in related news, the BJP has claimed that the opposition leaders insulting Ram Mandir or Sanatan Dharma is not new. Right on cue, another Samajwadi Party Neta openly came out to slander Sanatan yet again. Repeat offender SP Maurya, who had previously insulted the Ramcharitmanas and even mocked goddess Lakshmi, has now called Hinduism a hoax. He says Hindu is a dhoka.
हिंदू एक धोखा है, और वैसे भी अगर स्वामी प्रसाद मौर्य कह देते हैं हिंदू धर्म नहीं है बल्कि एक धोखा है, और जिसे हम हिंदू धर्म कहते हैं वो कुछ लोगों के लिए धंधा है। जब हम कहते हैं कि ये कुछ लोगों के लिए धंधा है तब पूरे देश में भूचाल मच जाता है। लेकिन वही चीज अगर मोहन भागवत जी कहते हैं, माननीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी कहते हैं, माननीय गडकरी जी कहते हैं, तो किसी की भी भावना आहत नहीं होती।
Let's talk about the latest attack that's come in from the Deputy Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Keshav Prasad Maurya. A scathing attack launched at SP Maurya. He says nobody can erase Sanatan. So he's taken to social media X to take on SP Maurya. Let me quickly go across to Pratibha joining us with that social media update. Pratibha, over to you. What is Keshav Prasad Maurya stated in the latest? How has he taken on SP Maurya?
It's been 2 lines and it sums it all. This is a reaction that has come in from Keshav Prasad Maurya, and he says Hindi, Hindu, Hindutva, Hindustan, 140 crore deshwasiyon ki pehchan. So Hindi, Hindu, Hindutva and Hindustan, this is the identity of the 140 crore countrymen, people of across the country. That's the reaction that has come in response to the slander that came in from SP Maurya.
All right, so that's the social media response to what SP Maurya said in the latest when he called Hindu a dhoka. Thank you for that, Pratibha. Let's also listen into the reaction that came in from Keshav Prasad Maurya saying that nobody can erase Sanatan. Listen in.
मैंने कहा ना, जाको प्रभु दारुण दुख दीना ताकि मति पहले हर लीना। जैसे अभी हमारे जो राजनीतिक प्रतिद्वंदी हैं, किसी का नाम में मंदिर है यहाँ लेना नहीं चाहता, उनकी बुद्धि को लगता है कि ऐसे समय हर लिया है भगवान ने, और उनको ये समझ में नहीं आ रहा क्या बोलना चाहिए क्या नहीं बोलना चाहिए, और ऐसी चीजें बोल करके कोई सनातन को ना कमजोर कर सकता है ना मिटा सकता है, ना हिंदुत्व को कमजोर कर सकता है ना हिंदुत्व को मिटा सकता है, ना भव्य राम मंदिर निर्माण को रोक सकता है, ना जो अच्छे पवित्र काम चल रहे हैं देश प्रदेश में ना उसे रोक सकता है।
But this isn't the first time SP Maurya has insulted Sanatan Dharma. Despite repeated insults to Hinduism, no action has been taken against him. But several other Samajwadi Party leaders, including Akhilesh Yadav and Dimple Yadav, remember, interestingly, have claimed that they're keen on visiting Ram Temple if invited for the consecration ceremony. But when asked about SP Maurya and the latest comment that has come in from him, they seemed hesitant on action against SP Maurya. Listen it.
तमाम बार खासकर स्वामी प्रसाद मौर्य हमेशा समाज के प्रति कुछ न कुछ टिप्पणी करते हैं। राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी ने ये स्वीकार किया, उन्हें रोका भी है कि समाज के प्रति इस तरीके से टीका टिप्पणी ठीक नहीं है। क्या देरी नहीं हुई?
शुरू से ही राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी ने इस बात को कहा है कि ये उनके अपने खुद के विचार हैं, ये समाजवादी पार्टी के विचार नहीं हैं, और समाजवादी पार्टी उनके विचारों का समर्थन किसी भी रूप में नहीं करती है।
Tejri joins us live with more details. Interesting reaction coming in from Keshav Prasad Maurya responding to, SP Maurya's latest Sanatan slander. But this has to be seen in perspective of what Akhilesh Yadav and Dimple Yadav have said. They have expressed keenness on visiting Ayodhya for the consecration ceremony, and not a word on what SP Maurya said in the latest, Tejri.
Well, certainly this seems to be pretty much ironical what is going on within the Samajwadi Party, because one leader of Samajwadi Party says that Hindutva ek dhoka hai, and it is not for in fact the first time that this particular leader has been insulting this particular religion. In fact, previously also we have seen that the kind of statements, the kind of comments he have made regarding Ramcharitmanas. That time also party has made it stand clear that it is his personal thoughts, it is their personal thought, and whatever he is saying, it is not the party line. And now today, when there is this consecration ceremony set to take place on 22nd January, just few days before of this consecration ceremony, this leader comes out and says that Hindu ek dhoka hai. To which now we are seeing that the BJP leader, in fact the Deputy Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Jagdeep Prasad Maurya, is responding to his statement, to whatever he has said. But on the other hand, we'll also have to see that what Dimple Yadav has said. Dimple Yadav has also said that if invited for Ram Mandir, they will certainly go. So these are kind of, but they are not ready to criticize the statements that have been made by SP Maurya. So they are this is a kind of ironical situation that has been going on within the Samajwadi Party. Number one, the party chief, the party supremo are neither criticizing the statement, neither condemning the statement, but just sidelining the party line from whatever he has said.
So is this a
on the other hand, they are favoring that yes, they are also willing
political strategy to ensure that you are able to pacify people of both the communities, especially in a state crucial as Uttar Pradesh? Remains to be seen. A lot of politics, of course, being witnessed ahead of the consecration ceremony in Ayodhya. Many thanks for that, Tetri. We'll keep coming back to you. Let's quickly shift our attention to the kind of repeated attacks that have been coming in from several INDI leaders against Vice President Jagdeep Dhankhar after TMC MP Kalyan Banerjee mocked Dhankhar for bending in front of Prime Minister Modi. Haryana Congress Chief Uday Bhan has trained guns at the Vice President's spine in an all-out attack. The senior Congress party leader, while trying to target the Vice President over him, invoking his Jat background, crossed the line and said, "Jhuka hua Jat aur tooti hui khaat kisi ke kaam nahi aate," which roughly translates into in English as a Jat who is bent and a bed which is broken is of no use to anyone. So this is yet another attack coming in from a Congress leader this time around after Kalyan Banerjee's mimicry, his mocking episode, how it went viral on social media. In fact, he repeated that insult once again in West Bengal. Here's another INDI leader hurling a similar attack.
Must understand. My spine is so straight. You, Mr. Gandhi, you must understand. You must understand that I have been appointed here only to say Narendra Modi.
झुका हुआ जाट और टूटी हुई खाट ये किसी के काम के नहीं होता. झुका हुआ जाट और टूटी हुई खाट ये किसी के काम के नहीं होता.
Lashing out at INDI, BJP questions till when will the Gandhis remain silent over the insult of the Vice President who holds a constitutional post in the country. The BJP also questioned if the insult by Team INDI is only to please the Gandhi Parivar.
सोचिए, जो समाज, जो लोग इस देश की रक्षा के लिए सीना तान कर खड़े होते हैं, उनको झुके हुए कहना और उनके पोस्टर का मजाक उड़ाना. कभी जाट समाज के लोग झुके नहीं हैं, पर यही तो मानसिकता है ना कि अगर कोई आदिवासी बेटी राष्ट्रपति बन जाए तो राष्ट्रपत्नी कहना. ये सभी लोग स्वीकारते हैं कि संवैधानिक पदों का अपमान इसी प्रकार से किया जाना चाहिए. इसीलिए लगातार अफसोस जताने के बदले इस प्रकार के वक्तव्य लगातार आते रहते हैं.
देखो, धनखड़ जी केवल धनखड़ जी नहीं है, वो इस देश के उपराष्ट्रपति हैं, राज्यसभा के चेयरमैन हैं, और ऐसे संवैधानिक पद पे बैठे हुए व्यक्ति का अपमान आप कर रहे हैं तो शुद्ध रूप से आपकी संविधान के प्रति क्या प्रतिबद्धता है, क्या सोच है, उसको प्रदर्शित करता है.
पहले इन्होंने एक आदिवासी भारत की सम्मानित संविधान के पद पर बैठी हुई राष्ट्रपति जी का अपमान किया अब उपराष्ट्रपति एक किसान का बेटा ओबीसी वर्ग से आता है, उसका अपमान करने का प्रयास किया। ये सब किया जाता है राहुल जी और सोनिया जी को खुश करने के लिए। वो पचा नहीं पा रहे हैं कि एक ही खानदान देश में राज करना चाहिए था। ये कहां से एसटी निकल कर आ गए, आदिवासी, कहां से ओबीसी समाज के लोग, कहां से एससी समाज के लोग निकल कर आ रहे हैं। लोकतंत्र में अब गरीब की बेटी के भी गर्भ से, औरत के भी गर्भ से बच्चा पैदा होकर वो भी देश का प्रधानमंत्री, राष्ट्रपति बन सकता है। इसको लोकतंत्र को भगत सिंह जी लेकर आए थे। देश को लूटने वालों के लिए भगत सिंह जी ने संघर्ष नहीं किया था।
And another reaction coming in from INDI leader Amrinder Singh Raja Waring, who has once again repeated the justification that's been coming in from several opposition leaders that there is nothing wrong in mimicry and how it is only a form of art.
बिल्कुल ये बात तो सही है। जब जाटों के मुद्दे थे, अगर आप तब नहीं बोलोगे, आप कहते हो मैं जाट नेता हूँ, मेरे को उपराष्ट्रपति बनाया है, अगर आप उन मुद्दों के ऊपर नहीं बोलोगे तो फिर कब बोलोगे? अब तो राजनीति हो रही है। आपको बोलना चाहिए था साक्षी मलिक के ऊपर, आपको बोलना चाहिए था वो हमारी बच्चियां देश के, वो जिन्होंने मेडल लाए थे, वो वहां पर धरने पर बैठी रही और जिस प्रकार से आंदोलन हुआ, तमाम किसान लोग उसमें शामिल हुए, तब आपको बोलना चाहिए था। अब आप बोलते रहे, आपकी बात का क्या वजूद है?
Let me quickly go across to Mohit. Mohit, there's no end really to, insult after insult being meted out to the Vice President. The BJP says this is unacceptable, especially given that we're talking about a person who holds a constitutional post in the country, but that seems to have not settled with the opposition really. They continue to repeat and reiterate time and again that this should just be seen as a form of art and should be taken lightly by the BJP and the Vice President alike. Mohit, we're not able to hear you. We'll just reconnect with you. But that's the latest reaction that's coming from yet another INDI leader who says this is just a form of art. Now, from several senior leaders of the Congress party to TMC Supremo Mamata Banerjee, everyone has come out to say that the BJP must not make an issue out of a non-issue. They've called it a non-issue. They've said that they must take this lightly and that this is a form of art. But that doesn't seem to be working well for the BJP, Mohit.
Well, yes, Christine, we see opposition parties have been again and again making statements to hit out at Vice President Jagdeep Dhankhar. And now, latest in the line is Uday Bhan, who is the Congress Haryana president, who is basically speaking while he was speaking about the farmers' protests and Sakshi Malik controversy. He stated that when the Vice President says that he belongs to the Jat community, then why exactly he was silent when the farmers were protesting on the streets? Rakesh Tikait, who is himself a Jat, he was crying on street. Sakshi Malik was protesting against the government. Where exactly was he? He also goes on to say the Vice President does not have any caste, and if the Vice President says that he belongs from the Jat community, he has been given a chance to become the Vice President, then he should have spoken on the other issues as well. To which the BJP says that it's the habit of the opposition parties that they are insulting Jagdeep Dhankhar, and they say that they are mimicking not just Jagdeep Dhankhar, they are mimicking the Vice President of the country, which is completely denigrating and demeaning the constitutional office of the Vice President of the country. But as we have seen
what's very interesting, Mohit, is though, when the Vice President spoke of his belonging to the Jat community, he spoke of his background as a member of the Jat community, and the likes of Mallikarjun Kharge came out to urge him not to bring in caste and all this, and other Congress leaders come out to do just that. How is the Congress going to justify this? Let's see how this plays out. Thank you for joining us with the latest. A quick break with that.
When journalism is led by integrity and when experience meets passion, there is no scope for half-truths. When the noise drowns out the truth and many lose sight of what is the real issue.
I ask the legitimate question. and uncover the whole truth. Don't tax the poor people who are using petrol, diesel to go to work or to send their children to school. I give you the complete picture in black and white, not a colored opinion, facts that help you form your opinion.
The News Hour at 9. Weeknights at 9. Only on Times Now.
She asks tough questions like no other journalist.
आपके ऊपर तो कई घोटालों के भी आजकल आरोप लग रहे हैं। देश में सिर्फ एक बात की चर्चा है कि क्या बीजेपी राहुल गांधी से डर गई।
She takes on the masters of Indian politics like no one else can.
विपक्ष कम से कम उत्तर प्रदेश में ये कह रहा है कि आप हवा बना रहे हैं, निवेश कोई आया ही नहीं इस राज्य में। राहुल गांधी का कहना है कि देश में लोकतंत्र मरता जा रहा है, खतरे में है।
Because she speaks for you the way no one else can.
What about the charges against the government that this is a favored company by the government? How do you look at India on the world map of countries to watch out?
Because your voice must be heard, your questions answered, above all else. Frankly Speaking with Navika Kumar.
Can I have your attention please? क्या आप दिन की सही शुरुआत ढूंढ रहे हैं? I believe in an action-packed, fast-paced, agenda-setting start to the day. खबर सिर्फ दिखाना नहीं, असर होना भी जरूरी है. I'm Mamita Vadwa. I'm Pratibha. मैं हूँ शिवरा मल्होत्रा and you're watching the Morning News Hour. Whenever news breaks, you will see us. Process it, analyze it, and broadcast it. After the spot reporters, we are the first responders. We are at the front line
of every news event.
We are situation analysts, raw, live, and unedited. Pure news, pure passion.
Times Now. Action begins here.
When news is troubling.
They rented this house right here and 3 days later she was murdered.
When news is for common man.
We are asking you for the Aam Aadmi that why the proper checks and balances were not done, sir.
When news is for nation.
Right now I'm just few meters away from Pakistani force which is acting as launch pads for terrorists.
When news is exclusive.
We are reporting from few miles away from the line of factual control.
We report from ground zero. Times Now. Action begins here.
Explosive, exclusive, and beyond.
The show that gets you the inside track.
A deep dive into stories that matter.
Raising questions you won't ask.
Your voice is now our voice. Watch Blueprint with me, Meghna,
And Pranesh
at 6:30 p.m. every weekday.
only on Times Now.
When journalism is led by integrity and when experience meets passion, there is no scope for half-truths. When the noise drowns out the truth and many lose sight of what is the real issue.
I ask the legitimate question and uncover the whole truth. Don't tax the poor people who are using petrol, diesel to go to work or to send their children to school. I give you the complete picture in black and white, not a colored opinion, facts that help you form your opinion.
The News Hour at 9. Weeknights at 9. Only on Times Now.
She asks tough questions like no other journalist.
आपके ऊपर तो कई घोटालों के भी आजकल आरोप लग रहे हैं। देश में सिर्फ एक बात की चर्चा है कि क्या बीजेपी।
Let's quickly get started first up with the day's biggest headlines. As Ram Mandir inauguration inches closer, Congress is yet to confirm its attendance, but SP MP Dimpal Yadav says will go if invited. CPM leader Sitaram Yechury declines inauguration invite days after he received a personal invite. Party says they will send no representative for a political event by the RSS. While Akhilesh Yadav, Dimpal Yadav say they are eager to visit Ram Mandir, their Neta SP Maurya says Hindu ek dhoka hai. Cornered SP distance itself from the Neta but are yet to act against him. BJP lashes out as at SP Neta demands action and condemnation from INDI partners. Alleged opposition has insulted Hinduism for vote bank politics.
झुका हुआ जाट और टूटी हुई खाट, ये किसी के काम के नहीं होता।
No end to Dhankar disrespect saga after TMC MP. Now Congress neta insults and mocks Vice President, calls him a jhuka hua jat. BJP trains guns at INDI, asking for answers from Rahul and Mamta over their neta's cheap pot shots at the Vice President. More chinks in INDI block armor. Sharad Pawar throws a spanner in Kharge for PM pit, says no need for PM face now, cites 1977 Morarji Desai example. Pakistan-backed terror bleeds India, but Farooq bats for talks once again, says India will turn into Gaza if we don't begin talks now. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman visits flood-affected areas in Tamil Nadu, takes stock of the damage. Well, the Indian political landscape is abuzz with anticipation for the upcoming 2024 Lok Sabha elections, and the opposition continues to be riddled with some critical internal challenges. Just recently, the INDI bloc seemed to be on the path to unity after overcoming dissent from Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar regarding the projection of Mallikarjun Kharge as the prime ministerial candidate. However, a new wrench has been thrown into the works by NCP Chief Sharad Pawar. But before we tell you about Sharad Pawar's reaction, listen in to what the Bihar Chief Minister, who declared his lack of interest in the coveted position, opting instead for a measured, it's okay with me approach when Kharge's name was proposed.
यही हम कहते हैं, हम कुछ नहीं हमारा।
कहा गया सर आप नाराज हैं?
नहीं भाई, गलत बोले, हम जरा भी नाराज नहीं है भैया। 300 माइक को अब कह रहा था हमके ठीक बनाइए, जिनको भी बनाइए, हमको नहीं कोई इच्छा है। आप नहीं जानते, हम शुरू से बोल रहे हैं, लेकिन अब क्या कीजिए, कुछ से कुछ बोल देता है, लेकिन हम कहीं कुछ और नहीं बोलते सिवाय इसके कि तेजी से सिलेक्शन हो जाए और लोग आगे करें।
And the latest wrinkle in the alliance is Sharad Pawar's statement, who cited an example from the 1977 election, saying that Morarji Desai was not projected as the PM by the then opposition. Instead, he was chosen for the top job after securing a victory.
निवडणूक झाल्यावर पक्षाची निर्मिती झाली आणि निवडणूक झाल्यावर मोरारजी देसाईंची निवड झाली. निवडणुकीच्या आधी मोरारजीबाईंचं नाव सुद्धा कुठं नव्हतं आणि त्यामुळे कोणातरी प्रोजेक्ट केलं किंवा कोणातरी नाही केलं तर त्याचे परिणाम होत असतात. लोक वजन करण्याच्या मनस्थिती वेळ आली असतील तर लोक निर्णय घेत असतात. मला स्वतःला असं दिसतंय, देश पातळीवरचे जे निर्णय घेण्याची जबाबदारी जनमानसांच्यावरती आहे, ती संधी त्यांना ज्यावेळी मिळेल त्यावेळेला त्यांचं मत, त्यांचं मान हे स्पष्ट होईल. त्याच्याबद्दल आता भाष्य करणं योग्य नाही.
The BJP, on the other hand, hit out at Mallikarjun Kharge and the anti-Modi bloc. Maharashtra BJP leader Ram Kadam targeted Pawar, saying the party which lost its family shouldn't speak about the Prime Minister. This in reference to the recent split between Sharad Pawar and Ajit Pawar. But the sharpest reaction came from Rajya Sabha MP Rakesh Sinha, using the evocative metaphor of Ek Anar Sau Bimar. Sinha captured the potential pitfalls of the opposition's current predicament.
ये वे संजय राउत है कि जिनके दल के नेता मंत्री उन्हें छोड़ करके चले गए। केवल यहां तक नहीं, खून के रिश्ते के सगे भाई भी जिस उद्धव ठाकरे के साथ नहीं बचे, वो बोलेंगे आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के बारे में। उनकी अहंकारी बातें ही उनको लेकर के डूबी है और निराशा पूरी तरह से चुनाव के पहले पराजय का डर, यही उनकी बातों से छिलक रहा है।
There is a saying in Hindi, "Ek anar sau bimar." That is happening in the so-called Ghamandiya alliance. In that alliance, everybody is aspiring to become prime minister. There are leaders. There are symbols of the party. There are the names of political party, but there is no political base. There is no supporters. Without support base, without popularity, without political agenda, without value and principles, they want to get the seat in New Delhi. That is not possible.
It wasn't just Sharad Pawar dismissing the need for a PM face. Uddhav Sena's MP Sanjay Raut also boasted of an arsenal of 100 potential leaders, rattling off names like Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi, Uddhav Thackeray himself and Mallikarjun Kharge. Even fired a snide remark against Prime Minister Modi, calling him a घिसा-पिटा चेहरा of the BJP.
हम भी ये कहते हैं कि कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है. हमारी लड़ाई जो है वो डिक्टेटरशिप है, तानाशाही के खिलाफ है, हिटलरशाही के खिलाफ है. और हमारे पास एक से ज़्यादा चॉइस है प्राइम मिनिस्टर के लिए. बीजेपी के पास तो एक ही घिसा-पिटा चेहरा है 10 साल से 15 साल से. और क्या है? लोगों को चॉइस तो होना चाहिए ना. ये भी बन सकते हैं, ये भी बन सकते हैं, ये भी बन सकते हैं. राहुल गांधी बन सकते हैं, प्रियंका जी बन सकते हैं, उद्धव ठाकरे बन सकते हैं, या खड़गे साहब बन सकते हैं. इतने चेहरे हैं ना, उसमें से एक चेहरा आ जाएगा.
In the meanwhile, Eknath Shinde Sena has come out to slam Uddhav Sena's Sanjay Raut over the Ghisa-Pita remark. Says the Prime Minister has left India for 10 long years and people want him for a third term. Calling him a world leader, also saying that Sanjay Raut is frustrated and this is only a result of his frustration with his frustrated lot.
The India alliance has 100 faces like the Kauravas who lost the battle, okay, in Mahabharata. And Sanjay Raut, I think he must be a person who looks himself in the mirror and finds the same Ghisa-Pita face, even who people are fed up with on the channels. PM Modi, who has led India for the last 10 years, and people see him as the third time Prime Minister of the country. So I think Sanjay Raut is all a frustrated person with his own frustrated lot.
Sanjay Raut's remark were though welcomed and endorsed by another prominent INDI partner, the RJD. Mrityunjay Tiwari of RJD says that BJP was nothing but a one-man show.
वो तो ठीक ही कहा संजय राउत जी ने. हमारे यहाँ इंडिया गठबंधन में सामूहिकता की प्राथमिकता है. अब वहाँ क्या है, वन मैन शो है. तो जब यही न प्रक्रिया है कि जब सांसद चुनकर आएंगे तो संसदीय दल की बैठक में नेता का चयन होगा, चुनेंगे. तो जब इंडिया गठबंधन के सांसद जीत कर आएंगे तो नेता का चयन करेंगे, और जो भी प्रधानमंत्री इंडिया गठबंधन के होंगे जिसे सांसद चुनेंगे वो वर्तमान प्रधानमंत्री से बेहतर होंगे और देश के हित में काम करेंगे.
But ever since the alliance supposedly agreed on Kharge for PM, the AICC boss has faced flack from within the bloc's fold. Recently, a JDU MLA, in fact, took a snide at Mallikarjun Kharge, calling him Kharge Farge. Listen in.
खड़गे फड़गे का नाम नहीं जानता है. अभी नाम बोले हैं तुम सुने हैं. आम पब्लिक नीतीश कुमार को जानता है. नीतीश कुमार प्राइम मिनिस्टर बनेंगे और सब कोई नीतीश कुमार को जानता है. पूरे हिंदुस्तान ने जानता है, खड़गे को नहीं जानता है.
And shifting our attention back to the non-stop insults coming in for Jagdeep Dhankhar, the Vice President of the country. Remember, it all started in the winter session of the Parliament, which concluded very recently after TMC MP Kalyan Banerjee mocked him for bending in front of Prime Minister Modi. Haryana Congress Chief Uday Ban has trained guns at the Vice President's spine in an all-out attack. The senior Congress leader, while trying to target the Vice President over him invoking his Jat background, crossed the line and said, "Jhuka hua Jat or tooti hui khaat kisi ke kaam nahi aati," which roughly translates in English to a Jat who is bent and a bed which is broken is of no use to anyone. First up, listen into the shocker coming in.
My spine is so straight. You, Mr. Gandhi, you must understand. You must understand that I have been appointed here only to save Narendra Modi.
झुका हुआ जाट और टूटी हुई खाट ये किसी के काम के नहीं होती. झुका हुआ जाट और टूटी हुई खाट ये किसी के काम के नहीं होती.
The BJP, remember, has been highlighting the silence of several of these INDI leaders, the top leaders of the Congress, Mamata Banerjee, the TMC Supremo, so on and so forth, and have said that this essentially has resulted in these kind of attacks coming in for the Vice President repeatedly. Also questioning if the insult by the team INDI netas is only to please the Gandhi Parivar.
सोचिए, जो समाज, जो लोग इस देश की रक्षा के लिए सीना तान कर खड़े होते हैं, उनको झुके हुए कहना और उनके पोस्टर का मजाक उड़ाना। कभी जाट समाज के लोग झुके नहीं हैं, पर यही तो मानसिकता है ना कि अगर कोई आदिवासी बेटी राष्ट्रपति बन जाए तो राष्ट्रपत्नी कहना। ये सभी लोग स्वीकारते हैं कि संवैधानिक पदों का अपमान इसी प्रकार से किया जाना चाहिए, इसीलिए लगातार अफसोस जताने के बदले इस प्रकार के वक्तव्य लगातार आते रहते हैं।
देखो, धनखड़ जी केवल धनखड़ जी नहीं है, वो इस देश के उपराष्ट्रपति हैं, राज्यसभा के चेयरमैन हैं, और ऐसे संवैधानिक पद पे बैठे हुए व्यक्ति का अपमान आप कर रहे हैं, तो शुद्ध रूप से आपकी संविधान के प्रति क्या प्रतिबद्धता है, क्या सोच है, उसको प्रदर्शित करता है।
पहले इन्होंने एक आदिवासी भारत की सम्मानित संविधान के पद पर बैठी हुई राष्ट्रपति जी का अपमान किया। अब उपराष्ट्रपति एक किसान का बेटा ओबीसी वर्ग से आता है, उसका अपमान करने का प्रयास किया। ये सब किया जाता है राहुल जी और सोनिया जी को खुश करने के लिए। वो पचा नहीं पा रहे हैं कि एक ही खानदान देश में राज करना चाहिए था। ये कहां से एसटी निकल कर आ गए, आदिवासी, कहां से ओबीसी समाज के लोग, कहां से एससी समाज के लोग निकल कर आ रहे हैं। लोकतंत्र में अब गरीब की बेटी के भी गर्भ से, औरत के भी गर्भ से बच्चा पैदा होकर वो भी देश का प्रधानमंत्री, राष्ट्रपति बन सकता है। इसको लोकतंत्र को भगत सिंह जी लेकर आए थे। देश को लूटने वालों के लिए भगत सिंह जी ने संघर्ष नहीं किया था।
But here's how Congress leader, when confronted, says he will not apologize, that he's not done anything wrong. Listen into this confrontational sequence with Haryana Congress President Uday Bhan.
By the Haryana Congress President Uday Bhan with us. Sir, आपने एक कहावत का इस्तेमाल किया जिसको लेकर अब भाजपा हमलावर हो रही है, कह रहे हैं कि वाइस प्रेसिडेंट का अपमान है, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन पोजीशन का अपमान किया गया है।
वाइस प्रेसिडेंट किसी जाति का नहीं होता। वाइस प्रेसिडेंट जो है, उन्होंने किसी जाति की ओथ नहीं ली, उन्होंने भारत के संविधान की शपथ ली है। वाइस प्रेसिडेंट को कभी किसी ने अपनी जाति नहीं बताई कि मैं इस जाति का हूँ, और किसान की बेइज्जती होगी या जाट की बेइज्जती होगी। जो मिमिक्री है, कितने ही लोगों ने यहीं पर ही इसी संसद में प्रधानमंत्री से लेकर के और आगे तक कितने ही लोगों ने मिमिक्री करते रहे एक दूसरे की। ये कोई ऐसा कोई विशेष बात नहीं है, लोग करते रहते एक दूसरे की। इनका मीरा कुमार जी के नहीं किया, वो स्पीकर थी, उनकी करते थे। राहुल जी की थी प्रधानमंत्री जी ने। यहाँ इस संसद में सुपरखा तक कहा गया था, 50 करोड़ की गर्लफ्रेंड तक कहा गया था। जब वो नहीं होता अपमान संसद का। अगर सतपाल मलिक जी ने कहा है, उस बात को ही मैंने रिपीट किया है।
लेकिन आपके हिसाब से कुछ गलत नहीं कहा सर? जो
मैंने कोई गलत नहीं कहा, जो कहा है बिल्कुल सत्य कहा है।
माफी की जो मांग आ रही है,
मलिक की बात को रिपीट किया।
माफी की जो मांग आ रही है सर, उस पे क्या कहेंगे?
काहे के लिए माफी उनको मांगनी चाहिए जो संविधान की जो संविधान को नहीं मानते।
Let me quickly go across to Nyamika joining us live with more. Nyamika, thank you for getting us that clarification, because no apology most certainly from Uday Bhan. A similar stance as was taken by Kalyan Banerjee as well. Everybody coming out to say from the opposition camp that, mimicry is no offense, so it should not be taken wrong.
Absolutely, we have seen that how the Haryana Congress president has justified his statement. He said that I haven't done anything wrong, I haven't spoken anything wrong, and he has completely refused to apologize for the controversial remark which is being made by Uday Bhan regarding the Vice President of India. He said that mimicry is not an offence. Many of the other leaders have also done mimicry within the parliament. He has mentioned about the former speaker Meera Kumar. He said that even Meera Kumar was also being mimicked. He also mentioned about Prime Minister Narendra Modi saying that he had also mimicked Rahul Gandhi, and even some kind of controversial remarks were also being made against Sonia Gandhi. So by that matter, he has justified his statement which he has given regarding the Vice President of India. He said that such kind of constitutional positions are there, but the Vice President doesn't take oath of one particular community. He takes oath for the Constitution, and I am not going to apologize. So that is a stand which is being taken by the Haryana Congress President Uday Bhan. However, we would also like to mention mentioned that this is not the very first time when Haryana Congress President Uday Bhan has made such kind of a controversial remark. Earlier also we have seen that how he had given a statement against Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and this time he has said something which is related to the Vice President of India. He has given a statement in Jind yesterday in which he had said that झुका हुआ जाट और टूटी हुई खाट किसी के काम नहीं आते हैं. So that is a kind of remark which has come on the part of the Haryana Congress.
Using this phrase झुका हुआ जाट किसी के काम नहीं आता है, hasn't Uday Bhan really tried to once again bring in Jagdeep Dhankhar's caste as opposed to what was suggested by Mallikarjun Kharge, and that suggestion actually was for Jagdeep Dhankhar, asking him not to bring in the caste angle, but that's what his neta is doing now.
Well, absolutely, and that is why we have also asked him whether he feels that he has said something wrong, whether he would apologize for his statement, but for that matter he has completely refused to apologize for the remark which he has made related to the Vice President of India. He said that a Vice President is a position where a person doesn't take oath of a particular community, he takes oath of the Constitution, and those should apologize who doesn't respect the Constitution of India. So that is a stand which is being taken by the Haryana Congress President Uday Bhan regarding this entire controversy which has erupted after the TMC MP Kalyan
haven't done anything wrong, says Uday Bhan. Many thanks for that, Nyamika. What's also interesting is that, and we've heard it from other leaders of INDI, is that they've said that several other leaders like Sonia Gandhi, like Rahul Gandhi have also been mimicked in public domain, and everybody's seen it in the past. So nobody should take offense really to this kind of a behavior being meted out to the Vice President. How has the BJP chosen to respond, and what is the Congress's official position to the BJP's complaint that this cannot be tolerated, given that this is a constitutional post in the country we're talking about? Okay, not sure if Nyamika can hear me. We're tracking more political reactions on this top story, top focus story here on Times Now. Quick break for now. We'll be right back.
When journalism is led by integrity, and when experience meets passion, there is no scope for half-truths. When the noise drowns out the truth, and many lose sight of what is the real issue.
I ask the legitimate question and uncover the whole truth.
Don't tax the poor people who are using petrol, diesel to go to work or to send their children to school.
I give you the complete picture in black and white, not a colored opinion, facts that help you form your opinion.
The News Hour at 9. Weeknights at 9, only on Times Now.
She asks tough questions like no other journalist.
आपके ऊपर तो कई घोटालों के भी आजकल आरोप लग रहे हैं. देश में सिर्फ एक बात की चर्चा है कि क्या बीजेपी राहुल गांधी से कर गई.
She takes on the masters of Indian politics like no one else can.
विपक्ष कम से कम उत्तर प्रदेश में ये कह रहा है कि आप हवा बना रहे हैं, निवेश कोई आया ही नहीं इस राज्य में. राहुल गांधी का कहना है कि देश में लोकतंत्र मरता जा रहा है, खतरे में है.
Because she speaks for you the way no one else can.
What about the charges against the government that this is a favored company by the government? How do you look at India on the world map of countries to watch out?
Because your voice must be heard, your questions answered, above all else. Frankly Speaking with Navika Kumar.
Can I have your attention please? क्या आप दिन की सही शुरुआत ढूंढ रहे हैं? I believe in an action-packed, fast-paced, agenda-setting start to the day. खबर सिर्फ दिखाना नहीं, असर होना भी जरूरी है. I'm Mamita Vadwa. I'm Pratibha. मैं हूँ शिवरा मल्होत्रा and you're watching the Morning News Hour. Whenever news breaks, You will see us, process it,
analyze it,
and broadcast it. After the spot reporters, we are the first responders.
We are at the front line of every news event.
We are situation analysts, raw, live, and unedited. Pure news, pure passion.
Times now. Action begins here.
For the fiery political face-off in West Bengal, Union Home Minister Amit Shah and BJP National President JP Nadda are in the state for a crucial meeting with the state Bharatiya Janata Party office bearers and leaders scheduled today. On a two-day visit, BJP bigwigs will assess the organizational landscape in the state ahead of the crucial Lok Sabha election slated for next year. The BJP claims the joint visit of the top two leaders underscores the significance that West Bengal holds in the eyes of the party's central leadership.
मुझे मालूम नहीं था कि डॉक्टर शशि पाजा क्या भाजपा ज्वाइन किए है रिसेंटली। भाजपा का क्या अंदरूनी क्या झगड़ा है, क्या है, उसको इतना तकलीफ क्यों हो रहा है, इतना परेशानी क्यों हो रहा है? क्योंकि मुझे तो कल तक जो खबर था कि वो टीएमसी में ही है, और टीएमसी में हमारा पिशीमा जो है माने ममता बनर्जी और हमारे लाडला जो भाईपो है अभिषेक बनर्जी, उनका दोनों का बीच में जो झगड़ा चल रहा है उसको लेकर डॉक्टर शशि पाजा क्या सोच रहे हैं? हमारा भाजपा के जो फैमिली जो मैटर है वहां पर एक ये डेमोक्रेटिक पार्टी है।
Meanwhile, the Trinamool Congress is all set to hit the streets amid Amit Shah and JP Nadda's visit. The TMC has attacked the BJP, saying that there is an infighting in Bengal unit of the party. That's why BJP senior party leaders are now arriving in the state. In the meanwhile, Congress says the BJP needs to focus on real issues like unemployment and not just increasing their vote share.
ना बंगाल में वो स्वागत है जरूर, लेकिन शायद वो जैसे आप कह रहे हैं, हम लोग को तो एजेंडा नहीं मालूम, लेकिन बीजेपी में जो एक हलचल है, बीजेपी में जो एक झगड़ा है, बीजेपी में जो बंगाल में जो लॉबीबाजी चल रही है, और बहुत सारे नेता हैं, कर्मी तो है नहीं, लेकिन लॉबी जो है और इंटरनल इतनी झगड़ा है उनमें, अंदर में इतना मनमुटाव है, बहुत बुरा हालत है, शायद इसी को सुलझाने आ रहे हैं।
बीजेपी आरएसएस गवर्नेंस, लोगों की समस्या, बेरोजगारी, महंगाई कुछ नहीं देखती है, केवल चुनाव। तो भारतवर्ष एक ऐसा देश है दुनिया में जहाँ चुनाव, जहाँ वहाँ के जो प्रधानमंत्री हैं या सरकार है वो चुनाव ही लड़ती है, तो ये चुनाव ही लड़ते रहते हैं।
Back-to-back responses coming in from the opposition camp. The Congress has come out to say that Amit Shah is prioritizing the party over the country with regards to his back-to-back visits to states such as West Bengal this time around. Listen in to the latest coming in from Congress.
देखो, देश के जो गृह मंत्री, नाम में तो गृह मंत्री है, लेकिन काम में तो हमेशा बीजेपी नेता जैसा ही होता है। देश का स्वार्थ, देश का इंटरेस्ट कम दिखते हैं, भाजपा का इंटरेस्ट ज्यादा दिखते हैं। ये देश के लिए बहुत दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है। शासन में इनका दृष्टि कम है, सियासत में, राजनीति में इनका दृष्टि ज्यादा है। प्रधानमंत्री जी हो, कोई राज्य का मुख्यमंत्री हो या गृह मंत्री जी हो, ये भाजपा का इंटरेस्ट ज्यादा देखते हैं और देश का या हुकूमत का या शासन का या गवर्नेंस का ये कम दिखते हैं।
BJP this time has set the target to win 35 out of the 42 seats in West Bengal. Remember, in 2019 Lok Sabha elections, the BJP had secured 18 of the 41 parliamentary constituencies in the state. Let's quickly talk about more breaking news coming in. Sources suggest a team has been formed which includes Suvendu Adhikari, Deepak Barman, Sukanta Majumdar and several others, and a special team. This is a special team which will be focusing on the upcoming Lok Sabha elections, which Adrija pretty much makes it clear that the focus of this visit of the Union Home Minister and BJP National President JP Nadda is 2024 Lok Sabha elections.
Well, absolutely. You see, since last night, when BJP is conducting so many meetings, so many organizational meetings, and they have been conducting the meetings in various levels with the top leaders, with the district presidents, with the various leaders who hold different designation, even with inside the party. So meetings are being conducted in several levels, and now from the existing core committee of BJP, a few people have been selected, approximately an 8 to 9 member core committee. A core committee within a core committee has been formed. Now this committee is especially been formed for the 2024 Lok Sabha elections, and their main focus, their main objective will be focusing on the upcoming election, which will include strategizing to what they will be doing in order to achieve the 35-seat target that has been set by the BJP, and various other things starting from when they will be starting the rally to how they will be conducting the rally, how they will be conducting the ground of West Bengal throughout just right before the election. So everything will focus centric. The 2024 Lok Sabha elections
also expected is the kind of criticism coming in from the opposition, from saying that enough is not being done for the real issues concerning people of the country, to saying that the Home Minister is placing the party's interests over the country's interests. Many thanks for that, Adrija. We'll keep coming back to you, tracking that visit very closely. A quick break for now.
When journalism is led by integrity and when experience meets passion, there is no scope for half-truths. When the noise drowns out the truth and many lose sight of what is the real issue.
I ask the legitimate question and uncover the whole truth.
Don't tax the poor people who are using petrol, diesel to go to work or to send their children to school.
I give you the complete picture in black and white, not a colored opinion, facts that help you form your opinion.
The News Hour at 9. Weeknights at 9. Only on Times Now.
She asks tough questions like no other journalist.
आपके ऊपर तो कई घोटालों के भी आजकल आरोप लग रहे हैं। देश में सिर्फ एक बात की चर्चा है कि क्या बीजेपी राहुल गांधी से डर गई।
She takes on the masters of Indian politics like no one else can.
विपक्ष कम से कम उत्तर प्रदेश में ये कह रहा है कि आप हवा बना रहे हैं, निवेश कोई आया ही नहीं इस राज्य में। राहुल गांधी का कहना है कि देश में लोकतंत्र मरता जा रहा है, खतरे में है।
Because she speaks for you the way no one else can.
What about the charges against the government that this is a favored company by the government? How do you look at India on the world map of countries to watch out?
Because your voice must be heard, your questions answered, above all else. Frankly Speaking with Navika Kumar.
Can I have your attention please? क्या आप दिन की सही शुरुआत ढूंढ रहे हैं? I believe in an action-packed, fast-paced, agenda-setting start to the day. खबर सिर्फ दिखाना नहीं, असर होना भी जरूरी है. I'm Amita Wadhwa. I'm Pratibha. मैं हूँ शिवरा मल्होत्रा and you're watching the Morning News Hour. Whenever news breaks, you will see us. Process it, analyze it, and broadcast it. After the spot reporters, we are the first responders.
We are at the front line of every news event.
We are situation analysts, raw, live, and unedited. Pure news, pure passion.
Times Now. Action begins here.
When news is troubling.
They rented this house right here and 3 days later she was murdered.
When news is for common man.
We are asking you for the Aam Aadmi that why the proper checks and balances were not done, sir.
When news is for nation.
Right now I'm just few meters away from Pakistani post which is acting as launch pads for terrorists.
When news is exclusive.
We are reporting from few miles away from the line of factual control.
We report from ground zero. Times Now. explosion begins here.
Explosive, exclusive, and beyond.
The show that gets you the inside track.
A deep dive into stories that matter.
Raising questions you won't ask.
Your voice is now our voice. Watch Blueprint with me, Meghna.
And Pranesh.
Hello and a very good evening to you. You're watching Times Now Live. I'm Pratibha. First up, let's get you the top headlines this evening. Ram Mandir inauguration inches closer. Congress yet to confirm its attendance, but SP MP Dimple Yadav says will go if invited. CPM leader Sitaram Yechuri declines the inauguration invite days after he received a personal invitation. His party says no representative will be sent because this is a political event by the RSS. And while Akhilesh and Dimple say that they are eager to visit Ram Mandir, their Neta SP Maurya says Hindu ek dhoka hai, ek dhanda hai. No action being taken against him. BJP launches an attack on the SP Neta and demands action and condemnation not just from the SP but also the other India Opposition Alliance leaders, and yet no action taken.
हुआ जाट और टूटी हुई खाट ये किसी के काम के नहीं होता.
Meanwhile, the insult to the Vice President still continues. Now, after the TMC MP, a Congress leader insults the Vice President by mocking him. Meanwhile, the BJP has questioned the High Command, saying will no action be taken despite the repeated insults being meted out to the Vice President of the country. And Sharad Pawar bowls a googly after opposition leaders call for Kharge for Prime Minister. Sharad Pawar says there's no hurry, let the opposition win it first. And Pakistan-backed terror bleeds India, but Farooq Abdullah bats for talks once again, says India will turn into Gaza if we don't begin talks now. And Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman visits flood-affected areas in Tamil Nadu, takes stock of the damage. Well, the country is all geared up for the Grand Ram Temple consecration ceremony that will be taking place on the 22nd of January. But while devotees across the globe are waiting for the grand event, politics has sullied the event yet again. Sitaram Yechuri, the General Secretary of the CPIM, has declined the invitation from the Ram Mandir Trust and has decided to skip the momentous occasion. The CPIM has claimed that the Ram Mandir has been politicized and hence the party leaders do not want to participate. The BJP has slammed the CPIM's insult to Lord Ram, saying that while the Ram Mandir Trust wanted to give a message of Mandir for all, the left has insulted devotees by snubbing the invitation. When confronted, Sitaram Yechuri remained defiant.
कह दिया ना पार्टी का लाइन बता दिया आपको. सीताराम सर, एक सवाल का जवाब तो दे दो.
सर जाएंगे, सर जाएंगे
Now, the left has defended the move of skipping the event, claiming Ram Mandir has been politicized and hence they don't want to be a part of the ceremony.
Now, this particular inauguration has been virtually converted into a state-sponsored inauguration. The state and the government shall not profess any religious affiliation. Therefore, we have decided that we should not be participating in this.
We are not going to this. We believe that religion and politics should be kept separate. The fact that the RSS chief is going to be addressing it obviously is completely politicized. And this is a result of the agenda of mixing religion or using, I would say, religion as an instrument for political aims and motives.
So this was the defense that came in from the left regarding the same. But after Sitaram Yechuri declined the invite, the BJP has slammed the snub to Ram Mandir Trust, saying on one hand the Ram Mandir Trust wanted to give out a message of unity. On the other hand, the left leaders have brought in politics again.
तो मेरे को तो इसमें कोई बहुत अचंभा करने वाली बात नहीं है, क्योंकि जो ऑर्गेनाइजर्स हैं उन्होंने सबको न्योता दिया है, लेकिन पहुंचेंगे वही जिन्हें राम ने बुलाया है। तो इनको राम जी ने नहीं बुलाया है। ऐसे लोगों को भगवान भी नहीं चाहते हैं।
In fact, the VHP has also slammed Yechuri, questioning CPM of its anti-Ram stance.
निमंत्रण श्री सीताराम येचुरी जी को दिया। मुझे लगता है कि सीताराम येचुरी जी अपने पड़ोस के मंदिर में जाना उस दिन चाहेंगे, इसलिए वो अयोध्या नहीं आ रहे हैं। ऐसा ही मेरा मन है और ऐसा ही मुझे लगता है, इसी भाव से उन्होंने कहा होगा। मेरा तो ये मानना है कि राम सबके हैं और हमें तो जिनको निमंत्रण मिल रहा है और जिनको नहीं भी मिल रहा है उनको अपने पास के अयोध्या जी, अपने पास के मंदिर में जाना चाहिए। पहली आरती में सहभागिता करें। कौन इस विषय के अंदर राजनीति करेगा? ये तो आनंद का विषय है। हम सब मिलकर इसको मनाएं, राजनीति नहीं करें। हमारा ये अनुरोध सबसे है।
Now, this was a reaction that came in. Meanwhile, Akhilesh Yadav and Dimple Yadav have claimed that they are keen to attend the puja, but an SP MP has provoked ahead of the grand ceremony yet again. Meanwhile, Bark has spoken about the Babri Wapasi yet again.
22 जनवरी को अयोध्या में राम मंदिर का उद्घाटन है, क्या आप जाएंगे वहां?
मैं क्यों जाऊंगा? भाई मेरे जाने का तो कुछ सवाल ही पैदा नहीं होता। मेरी मस्जिद जो कि वहाँ एक जमाने की मस्जिद थी, बनी हुई थी, अपनी जगह में बनी हुई थी, लेकिन इसके बावजूद भी उस मस्जिद को बहरहाल खत्म कर दिया गया। अल्लाह से दुआ करेंगे बस इस बात की कि अल्लाह ताला कि इस बाबरी मस्जिद जो हमसे छीन ली गई है वो हमें वापस दे दी जाए।
So the BJP has claimed that the opposition leaders insulting Ram Mandir or Sanatan Dharma is not new. Right on cue, another SP Neta has also openly slandered Sanatan. Repeat offender SP Maurya, who had previously insulted the Ramcharitmanas and even mocked goddess Lakshmi, has now called Hinduism just a hoax, saying Hindu is a dhoka and a dhanda. The latest reaction coming in from SP Maurya, in which he has insulted Hinduism yet again and no action being taken against him. Remember, this is not the first time that SP Maurya is insulting Hinduism. Time and again he has made these statements and yet no action is taken against him. This time around he went a step further. He continued to target Hinduism as he said that it is a fraud. He claimed Hinduism ek dhoka hai. We'll just play out that reaction in just a moment. Meanwhile, the BJP has hit out at him.
मैंने कहा ना, जाको प्रभु दारुण दुख दीना ताकि मति पहले हर लीना। जैसे अभी हमारे जो राजनीतिक प्रतिद्वंदी हैं, किसी का नाम में मंदिर है यहाँ लेना नहीं चाहता, उनकी बुद्धि को लगता है कि ऐसे समय हर लिया है भगवान ने और उनको ये समझ में नहीं आ रहा क्या बोलना चाहिए क्या नहीं बोलना चाहिए। और ऐसी चीजें बोल करके कोई सनातन को ना कमजोर कर सकता है, ना मिटा सकता है, ना हिंदुत्व को कमजोर कर सकता है, ना हिंदुत्व को मिटा सकता है, ना भव्य राम मंदिर निर्माण को रोक सकता है, ना जो अच्छे पवित्र काम चल रहे हैं देश प्रदेश में, ना उसे रोक सकता है।
Remember, this is not the first time that SP Maurya has insulted Sanatan Dharma. Despite repeated insults to Hinduism, no action has been taken against him. But the SP leaders Akhilesh Yadav and Dimple Yadav, who claimed that they were keen to go to Ram Temple if invited, seemed hesitant on taking any action against him.
तमाम बार खासकर स्वामी प्रसाद मौर्य हमेशा समाज के प्रति कुछ न कुछ टिप्पणी करते हैं। राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी ने ये स्वीकार किया, उन्हें रोका भी है कि समाज के प्रति इस तरीके से टीका टिप्पणी ठीक नहीं। क्या देरी नहीं हुई?
शुरू से ही राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी ने इस बात को कहा है कि ये उनके अपने खुद के विचार हैं, ये समाजवादी पार्टी के विचार नहीं हैं और समाजवादी पार्टी उनके विचारों का समर्थन किसी भी रूप में नहीं करती है।
Now the BJP has continued to mount attack on SP Maurya, saying he's a repeat offender. He has been insulting Hinduism time and again and escapes without any action, and that is what emboldens him. Listen in. In fact, the controversy was started by SP Maurya, who insulted Hinduism yet again. Listen into what he said.
हिंदू एक धोखा है। आरएसएस के प्रमुख मोहन भागवत जी ने भी कहा है, एक नहीं दोनों बार कहा, हिंदू धर्म नाम का कोई धर्म नहीं है, बल्कि लोगों के जीवन जीने की कला। देश के माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने भी कहा, माननीय मोदी ने भी कहा, हिंदू धर्म नहीं है। लेकिन इन लोगों के कहने से किसी की भावना आहत नहीं होती है। अगर स्वामी प्रसाद मौर्य कह देते हैं हिंदू धर्म नहीं है, तब पूरे देश में भूचाल लग जाता है।
देखिए, स्वामी प्रसाद मौर्य का बयान मानसिक दिवालियापन का बयान है और कहीं ना कहीं स्वामी प्रसाद अपना मानसिक संतुलन खो चुके हैं। और इस पूरी घटना में अखिलेश यादव का उनको समर्थन है। अखिलेश यादव भी पहले धर्म का अपमान करते रहे, चाहे अयोध्या रहा हो, काशी विश्वनाथ रहा हो। मैं कहूँगा कि स्वामी प्रसाद मौर्य अखिलेश यादव की टू कॉपी है।
Let's shift our attention now as India bade a tearful adieu to 4 brave soldiers who were martyred by the Pakistani proxies in Poonch. Here's a shocker that has come in from the former Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir. Farooq Abdullah has yet again advised India to talk to Pakistan or else face the fate of Gaza and Palestine. This, remember, is from a parliamentarian from India who has sworn allegiance to the Constitution of India. This is coming in at a time when security forces continue their anti-terror operations in Poonch after a targeted terror ambush and strike that martyred 4 soldiers. And yet the NC patron clean chits Pakistan and preaches dialogue with them. Listen in.
देखिए, मैंने हर बार ये कहा है, वाजपेयी जी ने जो कहा था कि दोस्त बदलाए जा सकते हैं, पड़ोसी बदलाए नहीं जा सकते। अगर हम पड़ोसियों के साथ दोस्ती में रहेंगे तो दोनों तरक्की करेंगे, अगर दुश्मनी में रहेंगे तो हम आगे नहीं बढ़ सकते इतनी तेजी से। फिर मोदी जी का है बयान, प्रधानमंत्री का, कि वॉर इज़ नॉट एन ऑप्शन नाउ। अब बातचीत से मसले हल करने हैं। कहाँ है वो बातचीत? आज इमरान खान छोड़ दीजिए, आज नवाज शरीफ वहाँ के वज़ीर आज़म बनने वाले हैं। वो चिल्ला चिल्ला के कहते हैं हम बात करेंगे। क्या वजह है कि हम बातचीत के लिए तैयार नहीं हैं? अगर बातचीत से हमने ये सुलझाया नहीं तो माफ़ी चाहता हूँ आपसे कहने का, हमारा भी वही हाल होगा जो आज गाज़ा का और पैलेस्टीनियन का हो रहा है, जिन पे आज बमबारी की जा रही है इजराइल की तरफ से।
Election is possible during this hostile atmosphere?
कुछ भी हो सकता है। अल्लाह ही जाने हमारा हाल क्या होगा। अल्लाह रहम करे हम पे।
More breaking reactions coming in. The BJP has hit out at Farooq Abdullah, saying he is towing the line of terror. The National Conference patron's comments drawing sharp criticism from the BJP, who is alleging that Farooq Abdullah is speaking the language of terror.
तो किससे करें? तो किससे करें? फारूक जी बताइए, डायलॉग किससे करें? आतंकियों से करें? वहां का चुना मुख्यमंत्री उन्होंने प्रधानमंत्री जेल में डाल दिया था। वो आतंकी भाषा बोलते हैं, हम आतंकी भाषा नहीं सुनेंगे। आतंकी भाषा का जवाब बंदूक की गोली से दिया जाएगा, बातचीत का जवाब बातचीत से किया जाएगा। जब वो जाके हमारे सैनिकों ऊपर हमला करते हैं और हम बातचीत करें, ऐसा नहीं होगा। अगर उन्हें बातचीत करनी है तो बातचीत का माहौल बनाना पड़ेगा उनको। बातचीत के माहौल में होगी, आतंक के माहौल में आतंक का जवाब दिया जाएगा और हमारी धरती की तरफ कोई देखे ये बर्दाश्त नहीं होगा।
My colleague Pradeep Datta joining us on the broadcast. Pradeep, this is not the first time that Farooq Abdullah has said that an olive branch should be extended to those who are bleeding Kashmir. Our soldiers have made the ultimate sacrifice, and yet there are some who refuse to call out terror.
Yes, you're absolutely right. A very shocking statement coming from Farooq Abdullah, but not surprising, because this is not first time that he has been parroting this line. He had been doing so for the last several years now, because off and on he keeps on giving such statement where he wants to lend credibility to Terroristan, and also he's trying to legitimize terror. You rightly said, a country that is bleeding India 1,000 cut, and Farooq Abdullah wants that we should have a dialogue with Pakistan. India has tried on several occasions. We saw that Vajpayee Prime Minister then who took the bus to Lahore, but what really happened after that? There was a Kargil war, and then Prime Minister Narendra Modi also took several initiatives to hold a dialogue with Pakistan so that the relationship between the the two countries should be better. What they did, there was a Pathankot attack, and then again there was a Pulwama bombing. So it is such a situation. The government has already made it clear that talks and terror can't go together, because just only on October 21st, they have targeted an army vehicle in Poonch area, in which 4 bravehearts lost their life. But Farooq Abdullah, instead of telling Pakistan to stop terror-related activities, he keep on giving sermons to India that they should hold a dialogue with the country that has continued with its policy of keeping the pot of terrorism boiling. And I think he's not the real representative, because he should understand why the Kashmiris are suffering. The Kashmiris are suffering because of the terrorism being unleashed from across the border. And it was in 90s we saw that how file of Kashmiri Pandits had to abandon their homes. We saw that since 90, more than 50,000 Kashmiri Muslims have lost their lives because of again terrorism sponsored by Pakistan. But he will not be speaking about those things. What he will do, he will try to stay relevant in such a scenario. He thinks that way he'll be able to keep that vote bank constituency intact. But reality is that they've already lost their political space. And then another statement, he's trying to draw parallel between the Kashmir and Gaza. So Kashmir will never become Gaza till we have the bravehearts who are standing like a rock on the border. But definitely Kashmir would have become Syria had these bravehearts not sacrificed their life, what they had been doing for the last more than 75 years, because they are the one who had always tried to ensure the tricolor remains fluttering. If the tricolor is fluttering, it is not because of the blowing wind, it is because of the last breath of the soldier on the ground. But people like Farooq Abdullah will never understand, because he will never ever try to give pat on the back of the soldiers because of whom he can even move freely. But he will always try to act as a spokesperson for Pakistan and try to parrot one line that there should be dialogue with them. And Government of India has already made it clear, no dialogue till they mend their ways.
Okay, all right. But the JDU Jammu and Kashmir president also taking a dig at Farooq Abdullah over his remark and giving a clean chit to Pakistan. Listen into that reaction.
नहीं, ये बात हम लोग नहीं मानते हैं। इस बात को इसलिए नहीं मानते कि हमारा देश जो है ताकतवर देश है। हमें अपने देश के ऊपर फख्र होना चाहिए, गर्व होना चाहिए। और पाकिस्तान की ऐसी कोई हिम्मत नहीं है कि यहाँ गाजा बनाएगा। हम ये भी साथ में कहते हैं कि पाकिस्तान पहले अपनी गलतियों का एहसास तो करे। जो अहम बात है कि वो दहशतगर्दी का जो उन्होंने वो मामला चलाया है जम्मू कश्मीर के अंदर, अभी जो कुपवारा में हुआ या राजौरी में हुआ, तो इन हालातों में बातचीत करने का कहाँ से बात बनती है। उग्रवाद वो पाकिस्तान बंद करेगा तो हम कोई भी उनके साथ जो दोस्ताना माहौल जो हर एक देश के साथ होता है वो बनाने के लिए तैयार है।
So, Pradeep, not many agreeing with what Farooq Abdullah has said. And like you mentioned, this is not the first time Farooq Abdullah has spoken of talks with Pakistan.
Yes, rightly said by the JDU leader, because Pakistan cannot think of just going for any such kind of a bombing on Kashmir and converting it into Gaza, what really happened there. But yes, they have to understand this thing, that there is a paradigm shift in the military strategy ever since Prime Minister Narendra Modi has taken over the charge. Because initially there used to be tit for tat policy, but Prime Minister decided punitive action against Pakistan. We saw this, what really happened after Uri attack. They decimated many of their launch pads, and after that, when the Pulwama bombing took place again in 2019, what really happened? The Balakot Jaish-e-Mohammed headquarters was demolished and decimated by the airstrike. First time we saw that how Indian aircrafts were able to move inside. But problem is that Farooq Abdullah seemed to be suffering from dementia, and he forgets what exactly had happened and how India had been able to hit them hard where it is going to hurt them most. Because Prime Minister policy is very clear. Because India normally believes in peace and prosperity. India doesn't believe in provoking, because India is not having any kind of an expansionist ideology. But yes, if somebody is trying to prick India is not going to sit back, but India is going to hit them hard.
Okay, all right. Pradeep, thank you for joining us with those details. We're shifting our attention now to more breaking updates coming in. As it's a game-changing peace deal, the centre has taken up an ultra-alpha mission. The pro-talks group of Alpha is likely to sign a peace agreement soon. Updates coming in from Assam, the most awaited peace pact between both the state and the central government, and a pro-talk faction of the United Liberation Front of Assam is likely to be signed by the end of this year or in January next year. Big updates coming in of a big breakthrough in the peace talks. There are two senior leaders of the pro-talk faction that are currently in the national capital for these talks. So the talks are currently underway. A senior leader of the pro-talk faction is in Delhi and is holding a meeting. My colleague Mohit Bhatt joining us with the details. Mohit, this is a very, very welcome move that's coming in. Indications coming in that by the end of the year or in the beginning of January, there could be a big break of peace talks taking place.
Well, you see, in fact, it's a big breakthrough when it comes to the peace and tranquility in the region of Assam and the nearby areas. The most awaited peace pact between both center and the state government, central government, and a pro-talk faction of ULFA, that is United Liberation Front of Assam, is likely to sign a deal, a peace pact by the end of this year or January next year. We know for a fact that how two of the senior leaders of ULFA, the pro-talk faction, are in Delhi, and they have met various government officials and ministers. And
Mohit, request you to stay on with us. Colonel Arasan Singh is also on the broadcast with us. Colonel Singh, this is a decade-old problem of insurgency in the area, but this is seen as a big breakthrough. Information coming in that by the end of the year, the peace deal could be finalized.
No, why I feel this is important is because you see, to begin with, I must say that Northeast was one of the biggest achievements of this current dispensation. But somehow, there was an eclipse because of what happened in Manipur. So now things are coming back to normalcy. And this deal, I would say, that will have a cascading effect in restoring peace, tranquility, and progress in the Northeast region, which was happening before this, Manipur incident. So to that extent, it's a very, very important development. I'm aware that the government is on an overdrive to restore normalcy and peace, in a quick time frame. And this is a good beginning.
All right, Colonel Singh, if you can put things in perspective on why this is so significant, because this is a problem that has continued for decades together with no solution whatsoever.
If you ask me, the real achievement this deal is, and this I'm saying with great degree of responsibility, that I have spoken to some ULFA leaders.
Okay.
And they were all the time they were being indoctrinated by Pakistan and its operatives as to why they needed to secede and why they were different from India. Now, when I spoke to these ULFA leaders and I told them, that how we are we are a country both physically and emotionally, and I gave them some facts. They said that, sir, nobody spoke to us. Nobody told us these facts. So, if you ask me personally, I am very gratified that maybe I may have made some little contribution in this regard.
Well, Colonel Singh, many kudos to you for that, for the contributions. Thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. Mohit is also with us. Mohit, we understand that ULFA has also submitted a 12-point charter of